Hello everybody, it's Rabbit here. We're casting some Starcraft Broodwar today, and it is an absolutely mouth-watering prospect. It is the legendary Polish Protoss player Bonyth, and he is playing against an absolute beast in XiaoShuai, who is a top-performing Chinese player and who has done incredibly well in the BSL and a lot of other competitions on the Broodwar scene. So what a mouth-watering prospect we have today, and thanks again Bonyth for sending me a pack of replays. So before we start and get into the action, I have a joke for you. Let me see if I can remember this one. Oh yes, okay. So why didn't the Hydralisk mingle at the party? Because he would rather be a lurker. I know. I apologize. I get these jokes from people in my Discord. This one came from Arcane Wins. Thanks for that joke. But I'm begging you guys, please do join my Discord, just for no other reason than to send me better jokes than the ones I currently have. I would love to be able to share a joke, whether it's Starcraft related or otherwise, with you, and make you laugh. But sadly, all I have at the moment is rubbish of that caliber. So if you want to up the game of Rabbit, then join the Discord, description in the link below, and send me your quality jokes so we can make the world a better place. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. I get a lot of repeat viewers, people that swing by the channel regularly that haven't subscribed. Please subscribe, it will really mean a lot. And if you do enjoy the content that I create, please do hit that like button. It really helps me with discovery, which as a new creator is obviously very, very difficult. Okay, I'll dispense with the shenaniganry now because it looks like we've had a 9 pull from our Zerg. As a result of that, Bonyth is not building his Nexus. He's going straight with the Forge to try and wall in here against the incoming lings that his probe has already scouted and he is expecting to have. So Bonyth will be keeping this probe alive. By the way, guys, I'm going to be going with quite a lot of Bonyth this year. I've got a big replay pack of his, and I'm going to be targeting PVZs because it is honestly, in my opinion, the best match in StarCraft. I absolutely love casting it. I hate playing it because I always lose. I find playing against Zerg as a Protoss very, very difficult, but that's just because I suck. But good players like Bonyth make it look very, very easy. And it is a lot of fun to watch the nuances of this match, and that's why I'm really looking forward to it. So some lings have arrived. XiaoShuai is putting pressure on. A little bit of stutter step micro from Bonyth. Another zealot will pop relatively soon. He does have one here. His cannon is going to finish on time, and I think that's pretty much going to be the end of the pressure. So I think XiaoShuai's got to ask himself, you know, I've sacrificed econ there. What did I really gain? Difficult to say. He's moving his lings back, so I don't think he sees too much value in having them out here. His Overlord's going to give him all the scouting information he needs. Bonyth is just kind of chilling here, waiting to build his Nexus so he can transition into his build. Just got a couple of pylons up here, no gas yet. He's going to take his gas after he drops the Nexus, which he's going to do in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Nexus is down. He does have a little pod of zealots, and I think he understands that XiaoShuai only has lings, and they aren't going to achieve much. He feels quite secure by that cannon, and now he's got some shit because his creep for this hatch is literally just starting to spread out now because it's just popped. I don't know how he's going to hold this attack. He's been very, very aggressive, or very, very greedy. Despite that aggressive opening and achieving no damage, he's now got himself 3 hatches. Bonyth looks like he's going to waltz straight into the front door here. I don't really know what XiaoShuai does. 4 zealots are very, very hard, and he's also got them into a position of strength. So he's put these on hold position. He's going to harass all these drones. He's going to get 1 drone. Let's count the number of drones he gets from this. 2 drones. 3 drones. Oh, this is really significant damage. I think our Zerg is in a world of pain here already. So a couple of lings do get a bit of a surround here. Bonyth's micro is pretty good, although that one zealot did get stuck. Okay, so the 2 that were on hold position have actually now been brought into the equation. Another Zealot goes down without getting in the drone kill. He's going to have enough lings now here to surround and actually tidy this up with only losing 2, I think it was maybe 3 drones all in all. And that's actually really well held by XiaoShuai. You can see why he's renowned as such a fantastic Zerg player. And now he's got a heap of speedlings, and he's going to send them across where Bonyth has a probe, a cannon, 1 zealot, and that's it. Okay, so the second zealot pops just in time to hold the line. The cannons, though, are going to have to do a lot of work here because I think XiaoShuai is going to go for it. I can't say for sure. I mean, he's obviously a very, very, very good, talented player. He's going to be a much better determinant of whether this is worth going for than what I would be. I would just be a donk and all my units would die. But that's why I am not an elite StarCraft player. I'm just a relatively goofy StarCraft caster. And that is my role, and I'm quite happy to play it. Okay, so our starport is in play, our citadel is in play. Bonyth is teching, moving into his game plan. There are no layers in sight. There is a Hydralisk den. Bonyth's Corsair is going to be in the base of XiaoShuai in about 20 seconds or so. So he's going to get a very good view of the strategy. And I think that will trigger even more cannons than what he's already got. He's building a second cannon now as security. I think his game instinct is telling him that it's Hydras, just because of the aggressive start to how this game went and because of the number of hatcheries that XiaoShuai's got. I think he probably does feel that it's got a Hydra-ish tinge to it. And I think XiaoShuai is moving out now to, or gearing up to do a little bit of a push here. Zealot speed is on the way, as we can see their ground weapons. Zealot speed is coming in, so the speed is going to be important. The Corsair is scouting it around here. Here he goes, and he goes, okay, so here's your Overlord, there's your Hydra. So it is Hydras. I wonder if he's going to fly into the main to confirm no lair. It would be valuable scouting information, but he does just seem to be holding on with the Corsair for now. Here come the Hydras though to put him under pressure. The second he saw that Hydra spit on his Corsair, he added 3 more cannons post-haste. Leg still isn't finished. Bonyth is under pressure here. He's going to lose his forge. He's not even busy with an upgrade. Here he goes. He sends in the lings as well. Bonyth's going to have to hold on tight here. The third cannon does finish though, and I think that's going to help. Although I don't know if he cancelled or it just got lost or taken down really, really quickly by the Hydras. These Corsairs are not doing anything. They're just chilling here. So there's no counter harassment or anything that's going to slow the Zerg down. He's building heaps and heaps of cannons here because he knows this is it. Do or die. If you survive here, then you're going to be in a strong position as a Protoss, but if you don't, then, well, obviously you're dead. By the way, guys, I'm seeing this more and more, this double pylon build placement from Protoss players to block any Artosis pylon risks. It's something worth noting. I wonder if it'll power all the way down here, though. We'll have to see when this goes down. Okay, so it all seems to be powered, so that's fine. There ain't no way that he's going to get out here. So he does send a few zealots forward with speed. I don't know if they got +1 attack, but he backs his 5 or 6 zealots to take on these Hydras. I think he does it just to try and push any potential contain back. So yes, he does sack all these units, but it does reduce the number of units that are here. So he can't really drone behind this and achieve anything. High Templars will be on the way really, really soon. The Templar Archives is 3/4 complete. Bonyth gets Storm here. Then he moves from in a weak position to a very, very strong position. He built another forge here very, very quickly. He's got tons of experience and skill. Obviously used to facing this type of pressure from Zerg. Obviously knows what to do and how to respond. So he's going to very calmly now probably start massing up some gateways, getting his Templar tech out, and then trying to get active on the map. XiaoShuai here really needs to start droning up. Get his tech tree going. There goes the lair. The lair's just popped. I'm sure it's going to be lurkers where he goes from here. Not a lot of Hydras left, so he couldn't lose all of his Hydras, which is probably why Bonyth sacked those zealots initially, because you have to keep some amount of Hydras at home to protect against all the Corsair harassment. And so these 4 Hydras here are pretty much all that's left, and they ain't going to be any threat to what is 4, 6, 7, 8... basically 8 cannons. That's a lot of cannons. He's done now with cannons. He's building a rover. I think he's anticipating that it's going to be lurkers. We don't see lurker aspect being researched yet. In fact, we see a spire. So this could well be a build just to get Scourge to block the Corsair harassment, or it could be a very sneaky muta switch. And if we look at the amount of money that XiaoShuai is floating, he may well be looking to save up. He's got a... oh, this is very unfortunate. He's got a second extractor, but he hasn't transferred drones to it. That is a very, very elementary mistake for a player of his skill level, and I think he's going to really, really regret this, because he's got a terrible, well, not terrible, but he's got a, there we go, he's done it now. He's got a gas mineral imbalance, which is going to block the amount of mutas he could build if he does choose to go that way. Meanwhile, a shuttle is coming in. Let's have a look at the tech behind this. We have a citadel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways. We do not have anything other than a high Templar going in here, so potentially some storm drops. I saw storm being researched. I was right. It was a muta switch. The problem is he has no gas because of that mistake, and that's really, really going to cost him. Yeah, the guys at this level, if you make a mistake as elementary as not transferring your drones onto gas, it really, really has a significant impact. Okay, so taking another extractor here, needs to go onto 3 gas to run the strategy. He does also forego the benefits of lurkers. So lurkers would protect him against a zealot attack. Lurkers would protect him against quite a lot and would really stall and slow the Protoss down. The fact that he doesn't have the lurkers makes a zealot Templar attack very, very effective and impactful. So the mutas did show themselves though, so Bonyth now adds a few more cannons. He has so many though. I think harassment here, he would get some protection from these 2 cannons, this cannon and this cannon. So he's probably going to be okay. If his main has anything, yeah, his main's got plenty of cannons. This is quite something. You tend to learn or come to understand as a Protoss that building a lot of cannons in this match does forfeit a lot of units and really put you under quite a lot of pressure. But Bonyth very calmly has built as many cannons as he thinks he felt he needed to stay safe in this match, and is still ahead in supply, still ahead in workers. The High Templar has dropped here. I don't think he managed to get a storm off though for some reason. That's quite unfortunate because there's still quite a few drones. Maybe I did miss the drop, but it didn't see a drop in his drone count. Okay, so 4th base is coming in now from our Zerg. Lots of mutas moving around. Lurker aspect is coming in now. Goons are coming in with range, so I think Bonyth anticipating that that's going to be the next move. He has 1 of his forges. Okay, so he's now moving on to double upgrades. The upgrades of Protoss do actually scale really well in this match and are very, very significant. Here do come some more mutas though, but there's a whole host of goons here. He spots this, and now the goons are going to fight the mutas, and the mutas are going to get the hell out of there because they do not stand a chance against that many dragoons. And all of a sudden, Bonyth is looking terrifyingly strong. There's High Templars, there's dragoons, there's Corsairs, and I tell you what, he's probably not going to pressure a main. He's going to come after a base like this that's got a lot of hatcheries and is a new source of income, or he might just try and shut down this hatchery here. So let's see where he chooses to engage. And have a look at this great micro from this superstar player. Okay, so what does our Zerg have? XiaoShuai has got a lot of Hydras. He has that flock of mutas that's kind of just been floating about a lot. He may just engage with the units and back himself to knock them down. Let's see. So the Lurker Egg does block his ability to come up the ramp, which is a bit frustrating. The Lurker Egg should die there, having been shot a bajillion times. Here come a lot of Hydras there, but the High Templar should throw it on a storm. They're very, very clumped, but it's very well done from XiaoShuai to pull those Hydras away. If he hadn't done that, he would have lost a whole load of them. They were so close together. This is a lot of Protoss, though. I don't know if he's going to be able to get through here. These Corsairs are relentlessly knocking on the door. He does have an observer with his army, so the Lurker is powerful but seen. A good storm there. The Hydras retreat behind the wall. The Goons are going to knock the wall down though. The Zealots are pretty thin. There's not too many left. That was a beautiful storm. There's more Hydras coming through there. The Hydras should do pretty well. The High Templars are here, but they're not. Okay, so that's a juicy one. I was going to say they're not throwing down any storms, but there we do see another one. More units coming in here. The mutas have done some harassment on the other side, knocking down the odd building, but there's plenty of cannons here, and I think the mutas need to go and support the rest of the fights. Some High Templars and Zealots are slowly moving down. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold at this base. If one of these High Templars has a storm, this drone line is absolutely ripe for the plucking. Hit the storm, man. Come on. Oh, so he storms backwards as opposed to the drone line, which he probably really needed to do. Unfortunately, a lot of splash damage, but not a lot of units went down. This is really one hell of a battle. The mutas are picking off the High Templars. They're targeting them down very specifically. Courses, they are really doing a lot of work, and XiaoShuai is docked down to 71 supply. Bonyth continuously reinforcing the line. Behind this, he's expanding. Always got his eye on the next expansion. Top players like this don't have tunnel vision. They don't get obsessed with attacking. They don't get too excited that they're making progress or penetrating a base. They focus on the fact that Starcraft is about making more money than your opponent. No more, no less complicated than that. He is not going to get up that hill with that lurker there. I think he realizes, or he should realize very soon, and also I think he's also realized that these units are doomed. They ain't going to get out of here. The Hydras are going to clean this up, and Bonyth now needs to regroup. So third is coming up. Oh my god, he's managed to, behind all that attacking, constantly macro out of his gateways. And it's got plenty more units to come. 102 versus 74. Drone transfer to the position over here, which is now needs to be saturated. And here come a bunch of Hydras. They're not going to stand any chance. Bonyth has been doing double upgrades most of this game. So we're looking at 2-2 Protoss. I mean, this is serious play. But XiaoShuai, not to be outdone, has got only +1 attack. The Chinese players tend to not believe as strongly in upgrades as maybe the other foreign players. I don't know why. Quark did a bit of an exposure on it, or an expose, should I say, saying Chinese players don't think upgrades are as essential as perhaps other players do. They are very, very competitive and very, very hard to beat. So there certainly must be some merit to their theory. But Bonyth still very much sticking with the style of upgrade-centric play. Unfortunately, some long-distance mining happening here, so didn't get his timing absolutely perfect. It happens to the best of us, as we can quite clearly see. Alright, so some more High Templars coming down. I don't think XiaoShuai made any more mutas. So he's on Hive Tech, he's got his Spire, but I do not see any more mutas on the map, which means picking off High Templars, which was something that he was doing, is going to be far more difficult. So he's got a couple of observers, which is always important to have at least 3. Something that you learn, I think, as you get better. Observer snipes as a Protoss player are absolute pain in the ass. So you don't want that to happen. Some more beautiful storms on these Hydras, but there's just not enough Bonyth here. He doesn't have enough Protoss. He's got to get out of there. That Archon's going to morph. It's going to die. He's going to pick off this High Templar if he doesn't move his ass. He's going to chase him. He's going to chase him. Yep, he's after this High Templar. This High Templar is going to get... Oh, he doesn't have any energy either. And he's going to flank that High Templar. That High Templar's history. It's Dragoons alone here with observers. XiaoShuai is not letting Bonyth up. He's giving him absolutely no reprieve here. He could chase him all the way up to his natural. Or, if he was feeling quite frisky, he does run up here to confirm. Okay, so there is a base there. That's where you took your third. And Bonyth has a 4th here, but he's got no cannons. So this could get knocked down. There's an opportunity for XiaoShuai here. Pretty small window. If his game sense is right and he's seen that Bonyth has gone up to 4 bases, he could shut down this 4th base before it gets enforced by cannons. And that really could be the difference in this game. This next 2 minutes is absolutely critical. It's 100 playing 93. If XiaoShuai knocks down this 4th base, he's going to win. He's sending a Hydra here. Is he going to spot it? No, he's gone to look there, but he hasn't gone to this position. Here's the first cannon going up. This is such a critical window. Bonyth knows this, though, so what the army he does have is going there post-haste. He's pushing to get this done. He's sending down another round of macro Dragoons up here. This is really, really important. Where does XiaoShuai send his units? I really hope he doesn't try and break this position. For his sake, he has to sense that don't go after the natural. There's too many cannons there. You've got to go after this expansion and take it down. If Bonyth holds that position, I think he's going to be impossible to beat. Alright, so where do his units go? And does he take all of them? He's left all of these Hydras behind. No, XiaoShuai, no! Don't go there, too many cannons. So a bit of a calm before the storm, literally. There's a couple of storms, but pretty well dodged. XiaoShuai is storm dodging in hand. It's just been really, really good. Enjoying that a lot. Okay, so I don't really know. Posturing with one control group of Hydras is what it's going to achieve against Bonyth, who's basically got his entire army in 2 or 3 control groups and is moving around the map. That was just puzzling to me. Oh, we still have slow overlords at about 20 minutes. Okay, so this Ling seems to just be convinced that he needs to spot... Okay, so there he's done it. You've got to come up a ramp. You've got to beat 3 cannons. There's another cannon here. He's going to have his army intercept. I think XiaoShuai's opportunity to break that base has come, and it has gone. And so now, my prediction is that Bonyth is just going to be too strong. Bonyth, also knowing that this is the newest source of income and can be approached from 2 angles, is probably thinking that is the base to go after. It's going to be significantly easier than getting up this little choke here. So I expect this is where he's going to go. Obviously, he plays on Eclipse all the time. Everybody does. It is like the favorite map of Blizzard, maybe except for Fighting Spirit. So he's got the experience here. He knows the common expansion positions. He knows which ones he can take on. So lurkers are proving useful. This lurker is picking on this poor Dragoon, and he does finally now move his army away from that. Looks like all of XiaoShuai's units here are going to go attack from 2 angles. Where are your storms, Bonyth? Storm! There we go. It's a little bit of a whiff, but he does get that lurker. That storm is pretty decent. Weakening all of those units, so the Dragoons just basically have to one-shot the Hydras as they approach. Another decent storm from Bonyth. Pretty good micro here for most of the game. This has been very, very even. A really, really strong game of Starcraft, despite the very, very aggressive starts and Bonyth having to hold on basically with the use of cannons. It's transitioned into a nice macro game. Unfortunately, though, Zerg has not been able to knock over any bases of the Protoss, and the Protoss has kind of been on the front foot with most map control. That's a lot of lurker spines! Holy cow! And the goons are like, run as fast as you can! But the Lings are faster, don't you know? The Archon, though, does some decent work. It's 94 playing 93. He cannot break XiaoShuai. XiaoShuai has got only about 700 minerals, whereas Bonyth is floating so much cash. Make stuff, Bonyth. Make stuff. Don't build cannons. Build stuff out of your gateways. Go, 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 go. There we go. Rounds up 11 goons and starts again. So he reckons goons are going to be the unit to take him home here. But he desperately, desperately needs some high Templars. Going up to a 5th base. I don't know if bases is what you need right now, Bonyth. I think it's units. Okay, so you have enough high Templars. Maybe get some Zealots. Get some goons. Add a couple of cannons. Let's go. Okay, so he's drawing XiaoShuai's army out a little bit, which I think is important. A couple of lurkers here are going to just block anything coming down there. Ooh, and some Dark Swarm. Okay, so he's going to maybe try and break those cannons with some Dark Swarm. We'll have to keep an eye on that position. Here come the Lings. Okay, so he's going to try and break this. This is significant. There's a High Templar here whose whole purpose is going to be to try and block this. So where's the Defiler? There he comes. There's the first Dark Swarm, so the Lings get on. He needs another Dark Swarm there, otherwise the cannons are going to knock these. They're not quite in range. He gets the Defiler uphill, throws down the second Dark Swarm. These cannons are now going to go down. This is huge. This is a whole heap of Lings coming down here. This is an important income position, but Bonyth is establishing another one. So the Lings are coming here to break this down, and there's nothing here at all. So that's going to be over Skidovers. So really good game sense from XiaoShuai. Also attacking from both sides. This Nexus could go down. He's got the Lurkers up under the Dark Swarm as well. The Lings are killing all of these probes. And I think this Nexus is also going to go down. Some Dragoons come through, but Dragoons are not great units because they cannot fire under the Dark Swarm. The Storms are obviously going to be very, very helpful, and he has a good few in reserve. The Cracklings, though, are going to get this Nexus. Really? No, they're not. They're not. They let it live. Oh, man. That was so close. But it's unrelenting from XiaoShuai. Up he goes now, up the hill. There is a DT who got plagued. And now he's dead. Obviously, the Overlord spotted him. He's going to back himself under the Dark Storm to get all these Lurkers up the hill. Bonyth is going to lose this base as well. All these Lurker spines are just going to wreck these probes. What unbelievable play from XiaoShuai. Really breaking all those bases without any challenge. Bonyth, I think, identifying that he's probably going to lose all of his bases. Tries a counter attack. I don't know if it's going to help. Dragoons against Cracklings just doesn't seem like a good match. Maybe some Zealots need to be thrown into his composition and some DTs. He is building a couple of those as we speak. Bonyth now, though, his cash has just basically evaporated because this base has been wrecked. This one he's managed to just hold on to, but he's got no probes at it. So mining bases are mined out. A couple of people mining. He is attacking here, is causing some damage. That's gone. So how much... If XiaoShuai can hold on to this here and not basically get wrecked, then he's going to win this game. Where is his army? There it is. He's gathering up his Lurkers. Here they come. Is there an observer with this army? No, there is not. Unless, oh, there it is. I was going to say, oh, that would be freaking tragic, man. Okay, so there's a couple of observers here. Lurkers, Underdark Storm, good storm, though. They were all kind of clumped together. This is unbelievable StarCraft, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is like watching S-rank players play this game. These guys are next level awesome. Plague on the Dragoons. Down they go. He knocks the space down. Doesn't really matter. Zealots have come in here, destroying all of XiaoShuai's tech. But Bonyth has got no probes. He's got 13 probes. This is insane. XiaoShuai still got two mining bases, one of which isn't saturated. He's got 29 drones. He's moving around some units here to protect this position. I think he's sacked this. He knows this is going to go down. He's accepted that. Such is life. What he's got to ask himself is, does he have the units to take down these Archons, these Dragoons, and this remaining High Templar? And can he produce it? Can he use the spellcasters to throw down the Plague, to throw down the Dark Swarm, to produce the Lings? Because Bonyth is in a position where he's really, really struggling to reinforce. He's literally mining here, and that is it. He's got 4 cannons protecting that position. So here comes the big fight. He's throwing the kitchen sink. Unfortunately, Lings versus Archons is not a great match for the Lings, but there are just so many of them here. But XiaoShuai is going down to 56 supply. How is Bonyth doing this? He was on his knees. He got smashed. All his bases were knocked down. He had no cash. He had one army, most of which was Dragoons, against somebody who is a master of using Plague and Dark Swarm. And yet he's managed to destroy the main bases of the Zerg player, but he's still got to destroy this, this, and this. And there's plenty of cash. XiaoShuai can rebuild, but he needs the tech, which is really going to slow him down. He's lost his spawning pool. He's lost his Hydra, and he can't make anything. That's really going to be the difference here. If he moves in, what's he going to fight against? So he's going after the 3 lurkers that are there. The observers are in play, and the spawning pool does finish, which means he can now basically make Zerglings, and that's it. There's 1 lurker left here. All of these drones are going to go down. Bonyth is going to pull this match out of the fire. How he stays so calm when basically his whole freaking world falls apart is beyond me. I also just want to say that XiaoShuai is an absolute monster. What an incredible player. What a game. That was literally the first game when I went through the first of the 2 replay packs that Bonyth sent me. That was the first game that I found in there, and I thought to myself, wow, there's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of treasures at the end of this rainbow. If you enjoyed that, please do hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel. I'm Rabbit Drew. I cast on a regular basis. There's plenty more Bonyth and other really elite players that you can look forward to watching. Until next time, ciao for now.